Joining me now is J.L. Nave, President and CEO of the Fort Wayne Philharmonic. J.L., thank you for being here. You've got a great new season
We do.
lined up. I am so excited to hear about it. The theme, you've got to hear it live. Tell me, why do we have to hear it live?
There's absolutely nothing like hearing an orchestra live. We have access to music 24/7 through iPods and Rhapsody and all sorts of electronic means, but really only hearing a performance live can you really feel and experience the music. You're there with a lot of other people. So you're having this communal experience, but those are sensations that really just don't translate electronically.
To listening it through your earbuds is not the same as sitting in the embassy with your family and friends.
Exactly. Yeah. Going to a football game in the stadium is not the same as watching it on TV.
Right.
So some things you just have to be there.
So with this theme, you've got 80 concerts scheduled for this year, which just seems like a huge number. With opening night this weekend, what is making the opening night special about this season?
Well, every opening night for us is special because we've been the whole summer without having really had many concerts. So I personally always look forward to opening night just because I get back to that music making again. But we're performing at the Embassy Theater at 6 p.m. We're starting out with a piece by Jonathan Leshnoff, who is a living American composer. Not all composers are dead. There is still music to be composed. A piece called Starburst. We're doing that because we have actually commissioned Jonathan to write a piece for the Fort Wayne Philharmonic that will be giving the world premiere in the 2013-14 season.
Terrific.
Then we have the Rachmaninoff Third Piano Concerto, Fabio Bedini, incredible pianist for that, and then Dvorak's Eighth Symphony. So all the way around, it's just going to be a really powerful night of music. Well,
and the title of it is Bursting with Life.
That's
so
right.
That should explain a lot about what all those music choices people are going to hear. So there's even a little party afterwards. That's why the different time, right?
That's right. That's why we start at 6 p.m. The concert will last probably about 2 hours, and then we can all move right next door to the Botanical Gardens, and there's an after party to really celebrate the start of the season for that.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. So you are also doing something special in the near future for our sister cities, Takaoka and Gera. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing there?
Sure. The sister cities came to us several months ago and said that they were going to be having delegates from our sister cities in Takaoka and Gera, and they're actually going to be here during a concert. And so what we decided to do was partner with sister cities and program a concert that really honored our sister cities. So we have a piece by a Japanese composer, we have a piece by a German composer, a piece by an American composer. And so they'll actually be in attendance at the concert. We have already had the program notes translated for them into German and Japanese so that they can follow along those as well. And we're just really looking forward to having them experience our orchestra.
And when is that concert?
That concert is October 27.
Okay, so that's not coming up, or that is coming up
very soon.
That's
coming
up
up fairly soon, that's
long.
right.
Right. And then in January, you've got a collaboration with the Youth Symphony. So can you tell me a little bit about that as well?
Sure. Andrew Constantine, our music director, is very passionate about music education and very supportive of our Youth Symphony program. And since he came here about 3 years ago, wanted to have a side-by-side concert with our Youth Symphony on the main stage at the Embassy. We do side-by-side concerts with our Youth Symphony and have for a long time, but never during a Masterworks concert at the Embassy, which is really kind of the centerpiece of our programming. So they'll be performing Rossini's Overture to the Thieving Magpie at our January Masterworks concert.
That's fun just to say.
It is indeed. So on that one piece, we'll have, I'm not sure how many musicians will have on stage, but I'm sure it'll be well over 100.
Yeah, because the Youth Symphony has, how many?
Youth Symphony has about 45 or 50 students. We actually have 2 ensembles now. We have a youth concert orchestra, that's an intermediate group. The Youth Symphony is the more advanced orchestra, and there are about 45 to 50 musicians in each of those ensembles. So the Youth Symphony will be there with the members of the Fort Wayne Philharmonic.
And someday they will be members of the Fort Wayne
Well, that's absolutely, you never know.
Oh, that's an exciting concert. And you said that's in January?
That's in January.
Okay. Now, you tell me about your Audience Choice concert.
Audience Choice, this will be the second year that we've done our Audience Choice concert. We actually do this concert at the Our Performance Hall on the IPFW campus, and the audience literally chooses the pieces that are going to be performed. So we'll have
that night?
No,
in advance.
In advance. But we offer them a number of choices, and people will be able to vote. They can go to our website here probably in a few weeks and learn how to cast their ballots. One of the things that we'll be doing with Audience Choice this year is there's going to be a very strong music education component. So one of the pieces will be selected specifically by area school children. What we found the first time we did it was music teachers were using the ballots as music education lessons, learn about the composers, learn about the pieces. And so we started to get all of these ballots from area schools, and so we've decided to really kind of embrace that and make that part of the voting process this year.
You can educate some of the adults as well as the
well,
I know I can always learn more.
Absolutely.
So winding up the concert, your finale is always a huge work that's got at least 90 musicians. You know, what can you tell us about the finale?
That's right.
Season?
The finale has a Bach piece on the first half, which tends to be a bit of a smaller work, but then we'll be ending with Mahler's Sixth Symphony, which is, Mahler symphonies are just huge. Incredible, and you know, talk about you got to hear it live. Yeah. That's something that
you can feel.
You absolutely feel the music. You don't just hear it.
Well, that's going to be great. Now, we have gone from beginning to end here very quickly, but you have so many series that make up all of these concerts.
That's true.
So I'd like to touch on those. You know, so start with your chamber series. So, you know, what makes the chamber series the chamber series?
Well, the Masterworks concerts are the full orchestra, so they'll usually have between 70 and 90 musicians on stage. The chamber series features our chamber orchestra, so there are about 45 to 50 musicians on stage. So, you know, a little bit smaller ensemble there. Those are primarily at the Arts United Center, and our choral series, which is also part of our chamber, overall chamber series, those are at First Wayne Street Methodist Church.
So you're in several different venues throughout the course of the season
we perform
as well.
in a number of places throughout the season.
And the choral season, or the choral series, I'm sorry, you've got Night at the Opera.
Night at the Opera, which is going to be a lot of fun. That sold out last year, and we expect it to be a pretty popular program again this year.
Okay, singing soloists, is that another performance within the
Well, we will have 3 soloists on the opera performance.
Oh, I see.
So it's not just the chorus and the chamber orchestra, but we'll also have some pretty talented soloists join us as well to do some of the arias. Are those
local musicians, or are they professionals who you bring in?
No, they're professionals. Some of them have local ties, but they're all professionals and have incredible careers, and we love bringing them back.
It's always wonderful to see those guests. Now, the Fryman series, what makes that unique?
Well, we go big Masterworks, a little bit smaller chamber orchestra. The Fryman series showcases ensembles of the orchestra, so trios, quartets, quintets.
And it's always changing. It's
and
just
it's
a smaller
right,
group.
And so you'll see 3 or 4 different ensembles on each Fryman concert. The second half is always our Fryman String Quartet, which is our principal strings that make up that string quartet. But the first half, and this series is completely programmed by the musicians themselves, so they select the pieces.
And this is at the History Center. That's where these concerts take place.
The Wednesday evening will be at the History Center in the Fryman Room, the newly restored Fryman Room, which will be great. And then Sunday afternoons, we're at the Reinhardt Recital Hall on the IPFW
So these
campus.
are more smaller, intimate,
very
concerts.
intimate. Absolutely. You are not much further than you and I to the musicians in these concerts. You really get a very up-close personal experience.
And so let's talk about the pops. I mean, I think that's almost everybody's favorite in a lot of ways, or at least the most diverse crowd who come to those. Tell me about what's up with the pop series.
Well, we're actually starting our series in December with the Holiday Pops, and we have 5 performances of Holiday Pops at the Embassy Theater. We traditionally have over 8,000 people come to hear our Holiday Pops concerts, and they just keep growing every year. So we expect this year to be even more successful than last year.
Well, and that's one of those, especially, you've got to hear it live. You've got to get dressed up and take your kids, and they love those shows.
That's right.
And it's just so exciting to be there during those holiday
It
Pops
is.
concerts. So what are the other Pops concerts in that series?
Well,
then?
we have Swinging with Sinatra and Dorsey. We have Forbidden Broadway. We have the music of the Rolling Stones. And so, that's really, I mean, it's quite a variety of Pops programs. So we go from Broadway to Rolling Stones to Holiday Pops to, the swinging music, all sorts of great concerts. And we have even more on the Pop series.
And it's so approachable. I think that's just a great way for people and families. And besides Pops, what I think are popular for families, you have a family series. So
we do.
What makes the family series special?
Well, what makes the family series special, those are held at the Hour Performance Hall on Sunday afternoons. At 1 o'clock, we have pre-concert activities where children and adults alike can try out different instruments, and then at 2 o'clock we have about a 60 to 70 minute concert. It's very interactive. The pieces are fairly short, a lot of interaction from the stage as well, so it really is geared towards smaller children, those with families. We actually have a lot of adults that come that don't have children just because they're fun concerts, and there's just a fun energy in the room.
Yeah, the Philharmonic has such a regional presence. I mean, it's called the Fort Wayne Philharmonic, but that is kind of a misnomer because I know you're always doing, trips to outlying areas.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about where you're going to be going this year.
We're actually going to be performing in 15 counties outside of Allen County this year in Northeast Indiana as well as Northwest Ohio. We've started performing at the Niswonger Performing Arts Center in Van Wert, but we'll be stretching all the way to Fulton County and Rochester and Fulton County, all the way up in Steuben County, down in Grant and Howard County. We send ensembles into the schools, into nursing homes, but we also take our orchestra to do patriotic concerts, holiday Pops concerts specific for the region. We do education concerts where the kids from that part of the region bus in, very much like we do at the embassy with the Allen County schools.
Terrific. You need a big bus to take all of those people.
We do.
If you can tell me where we can get tickets for the performance this weekend or anytime, general information or tickets.
Absolutely. You can always give us a call at 481-0777. You can go on our website at fwphil.org. Stop by our box office there at the Ginsburg Building on the IPFW campus, at the Embassy, or at the Arts United Center. So we've really expanded where you can buy tickets.
There's no reason why you can't find those tickets.
Absolutely not.
Well, thank you so much for being here, JL.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun. I am Melinda Haines with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. On the next Arts Weekly, we'll showcase local children's theater as well as upcoming events in Northwest Ohio. Fort Wayne Youth Theater's Leslie Horman will tell us about their upcoming production of The Adventures of Huck Finn, and Paul Hoverman from the Niswonger Performing Arts Center in Van Wert will give us an overview of their new season. Watch us here live next Thursday at 7:30 on PBS 39.